All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to our team call. I'm so excited for tonight's team call. Just jumped off Tuesday night prayer call and literally I'm like hot and flesh in the face because it was so freaking powerful. If you guys want to be on those calls, they're every Tuesday, 5:30. Tonight we heard a testimony from Jessica Lanier and it was just literally like God spoke through her. It was incredible. This is something that was brought on by the network, but it is open to anyone. It does not have to be exclusive to coaches. So, okay, it is almost Team Cup month, you guys. And I know for some of you guys, you're like, shoot, I don't want to be on a Team Cup because I don't want to let anyone down. Let me tell you, that is what everyone thinks. But I promise you, regardless of where you are in your business, this could absolutely be the launching pad for your business. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. You could literally end next month at a completely different rank, having a completely different paycheck, completely different compensation, completely different mindset. And so I challenge you, whether you're on this call right now or you are contemplating and you listen to this later, let's talk because you have to be on a team cup. If you are on a team cup, please blow up the chat. I want to know that you are on one. And if you aren't, I want to know that too, so we can get you linked into one. But looking at the screen, I think everyone is. And if you have new coaches on your team, I would challenge you to get them started. I promise you, they're going to tell you no. They're going to tell you that they don't feel qualified. They don't want to let anyone down. That's the same story for every single person. I promise you. You're also going to have leaders who don't want to step up because they're in a hard season. Guys, seasons are always going to happen. If you learn how to navigate this business through the good, bad, and the indifferent, you become a business owner. Right? Do you think that people who invest $150,000 into their brick and mortar just shut their doors simply because they're having a hard season? No, they're like banging on Gavin Newsom's door right now to open doors. So I promise you, you can freaking do this. Helping 3 people a month is not hard. If your goal is Success Club 6, I challenge you to push it to be Success Club 10. If your goal is Success Club 10, I want to challenge you to get to Success Club 20. You are absolutely capable of doing incredible things. We also have the diamond push that we just kicked off. If you're not added into that group and you've qualified or you're pushing to qualify, let me know so we can get you in. We already have Maddie kicked it off yesterday. It was freaking fire, her and Monica. And we have our next training that's tomorrow. This is not to overwhelm you. This is to add value into your life and to make your business simple. Promise you. Okay. So those were my 2 things that I really wanted to make sure that I touched on. The other thing is I want to give a huge shout out to Leah and Steph. She's not on the call, but this week they are going to experience NLC, which is going to be virtual. We were all supposed to go to Nevada. I was going to treat them to a resort at this beautiful resort, and the freaking storm happened, and there's no way I'm going to try to navigate Tahoe when they're saying it's going to be like 37 inches of snow. Like, not going to happen. But we pivoted and we're going to Napa. So we will leave Thursday. And I'm super excited just to be able to pour into them. I went to NLC in, what was it, 2016, and it was legitimately a game changer on my business. I was an elite coach at that event, and you only get invited to this once, but stay glued to their stories. Like, watch what they're posting, see what their takeaways are, because you can set the goal right now. And I know Bailey's already in the works to qualify for next year. She actually very intentionally didn't qualify this year because she knew she was pregnant and she knew it was COVID. And she's like, I need a live event. But she literally could go Emerald like next week, or not Emerald, Diamond, 1 star next week. Her girl Kelly is literally 2 emeralds away, and she's on her team cup team. So just saying, we are like going for all the swag and gonna win the whole dang thing. But I'm really proud of them for working so hard last year and making this happen. So I can't wait to just pour into them and spend some time with them. But I'm going to introduce you guys to our guest speaker tonight. She is incredible. We are in a mastermind for 5 to 9 star diamond coaches. Believe she's a 10 star though, so she's still in this thread. It's for West Region coaches, and I heard a lot about her from Katrina. She actually spoke at Katrina's retreat right after our team retreat. And Katrina just had amazing things to say about her. And so I was looking for somebody to pour into you guys. And when she volunteered, I was like, yep, already know she's going to bring the fire. So she is a one-time premier coach. She is a 3-time elite coach. So she knows what she's doing, right? We all, obviously we know what elite teams are. We are that. So she leads a team of people who are serving others. She's building leaders beneath her. She's a 10-star diamond. She's a 6-figure earner. She is a retired CMA. I'll let her, is it CMA or CNA? Was that a typo? Okay, CNA. Okay. She's a new wife and a Frenchie mama, and she lives in Southern California. And I am excited for her to share a little bit of her story and then dive right into her topic.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, I kept telling myself all day, don't forget, don't forget. So a lot of girls in that chat that we're in, I know I'm not supposed to be in there, but they haven't booted me. And I love you guys. So I'm like staying in there as a fly on the wall as long as I can, because they put me in the other one, but I want to be in this one too. I wanted to know if you are comfortable with it, sharing this recording, because after you asked me to speak, I probably had about 6 girls message me. And I was like, I'll just ask her to record and it's going to be the same spiel so they can benefit from it as well. Kind of save everyone time here. That's all I wanted to say. So thank you guys so much for having me. I'm really excited. I absolutely love speaking for other teams, because that's something I never would have said 5 years ago. Like, nope, I'm not a speaker. And yes, she did say it correctly. So I was a CMA. So I think out here on the West Coast, it's called RMA, Registered Medical Assistant. And in New England, where I'm from, it's CMA certified. It's just a different test. It's the exact same title. So nothing fancy about me. But would you mind popping over this screen share? I kind of just have like introducing myself with some photos. It's pretty visual. I think, does it like pop up? I think I might be able to. Oh, no, never mind. Try again, one more time. I might have clicked it while you were doing it and messed it up for you. I'm sorry.
I think I made you the host.
Yes, you did. Okay, thank you. Sometimes an alert comes up, so I didn't see it on my end. Okay, awesome. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can see this? Awesome. So tonight, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, nothing too crazy, just to open it, because I know for me, when I get on calls, I want a little bit of background about the person, just to know that, hey, they didn't just like become this unicorn person and like whatever the topic is that they're training me on comes naturally to them. So tonight I'll be talking to you guys about like social media, and really business building coaches finding through your social media while remaining to be yourself. Let me just do a little open this and then present full screen. Perfect. Okay. So a little bit about me, you guys. So my name is Dara Rockholt. She pretty much gave you all of my Beachbody accolades. So a little bit about me outside of that is new wife. We got married on October 10th of last year. So we're still in that newlywed stage. If you've been following me on Instagram, you will see that I was probably in the best shape of my life on my wedding day. And then after that, I totally was just like, I want to enjoy life. I became Martha Stewart. I was decorating the house. I was baking all the time. So even as a Beachbody coach, sometimes we can go backwards in our journey. And I actually put on 20 pounds. So from the end of, mid-October until the end of December, I put on 20 pounds just from, I did my workouts every single day, but I was not tracking, and it is what it is. So now I kind of have a new journey. I haven't had a weight loss journey in my Beachbody business since when I first became a coach. So it's kind of like I'm taking them through that again with me. And I've just been very vulnerable and open with it, down to the point like where I took a video of myself that did so well. And I honestly, I was just trying to like get a laugh out of it. And like people like DM me like crazy. So we live in San Diego. So we had like a beach day 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. It was gorgeous. It was like 80 degrees. And I was like, we're going to the beach. And none of my shorts fit me, none of them. And I had a feeling it was going to happen. So I'm like trying to put on the shorts And I just took a video of like my 3 favorite shorts. Nope, that's not happening. Nope, that's not happening. So just sharing that vulnerability side really, really helps. And we're going to talk about that more tonight. Um, Over here, you can see on the top right. So I actually used to have an eating disorder in my early 20s. I grew up as a dancer, and I competed my whole life. And then as I graduated high school, I became a semi-professional dancer for an arena football team. And there's a lot of pressure there when you're in the public's eyes. They told me, they told me like how to look, like literally, like I had to wear. I mean, I do optionally now when I not right now, but like when I choose to wear hair extensions, but I had to. They made me. I had to get a spray tan every Thursday. I had to look a certain way, and that's a lot of pressure. And obviously, I do not look healthy there by any means. So when I got out of the dance industry, and I got into nursing school essentially because I was going to school to be a CMA, but I was also continuing at the time for my RN, working full time. I really just, I'll be honest, I let go of myself because I'm in scrubs all the time. And back then is when the style, actually, it's kind of coming back now. It's Jesus, it's kind of what I'm wearing right now. Leggings and like baggy sweaters. That was the style then, like the sweater dresses. So I never really wore real pants. And then one day my now husband was like, hey, let's go on a date night out. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm all about that. Could not get my jeans up over my mid thighs. And that was a breaking point for me. And that's really how I found Beachbody. Dove in with a 21-day fix with a girlfriend. In 21 days, I don't know how much weight I lost because with my eating disorder past, I don't own a scale. But at the time, I was doing the measurements. So I lost 12 inches in those 3 weeks and I was hooked and became a coach from there. So I have all the kind of spectrum when it comes to healthy habits.
I'm
That's
so
my,
sorry. Will
oh
you
no.
the waiting room in? Because I can't do it now.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I saw a hand. I had no idea what that meant. I thought someone was just waving to me. Like, you know how
No,
people,
I was trying to like be like, hey, can you let them in? I'm getting text.
let me see. So
If you go to participants at the bottom.
yep, that's where I am.
Okay.
Um, oh, is it this Melissa?
No,
Oh
I
no,
don't.
that was you who waved to me.
Yeah. Okay, maybe she got off because she's like, I'm sitting here waiting.
I was gonna say because sometimes it would like under participants it would be there, but I'm not seeing anyone except for who's physically here.
Weird. Okay.
But if she comes back, just interrupt me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. And then so that's Brady. That's my French bulldog. A part of my journey now is, in addition to being a wife, a dog mom, and just sharing my lifestyle, I started doing in October, like full out the Dave Ramsey program, which if you're not familiar with it, it's really amazing. It helps you. It's just tools to teach you how to pay off your debt. So I am sharing my journey to becoming debt free with my coaching income. And then it's just a picture of me here in California that was kind of like when we first moved here. So I share a lot about like living in California because that was on my vision board. All right, so let me just move this. So what the first year of my business looked like. And I just like to take people through this because I like to show people that it takes hard work to get to wherever it is you want to be. And if you have on your goal list, you know, to be an elite coach, become doing this full time, become a 6-figure earner, whatever it is for you. I like people to see that we all start from ground zero in this business. No one comes in with a huge, I mean, maybe they already had a huge following, but like no one comes in with people banging down their door. You guys, I've been doing this for 5 years and I'm a 3-time elite coach. No one is inboxing me like, sign me up, sign me up, sign me up. It does not work like that. So the first year of my business, I was working full-time as a CMA. I was going to nursing school nights and weekends, as well as I was doing liquor sampling, which is, if you know what that is, it's like I go to the liquor store. I'm that girl who like, oh, you want to try this wine? Or hey, you want to try this Grey Goose? That was me. So that doesn't happen during the day. Obviously, that's like a nights and weekends thing. So I had to build my coaching business in the pockets of my day. So at the hospital, I worked a good, I would say, because I worked 7 to 5, because my first patient was at 7. So whatever, if that's 8 hours, 9 hours, but I would get an hour lunch every single day. I don't need an hour to eat. So my first year of my business, I would scoffle my food down in like 15, 20 minutes. And then I would spend the rest of the time building my beach. Okay, I do have someone. Yes, I got her in. I'm sorry, I got excited. So whoever that was, they just got him. So in those extra 30 or 40 minutes on my lunch hour at the hospital, I was working my Beachbody business. So what I would do a lot of the time is I would because I would do my workout before work. So I'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning, get my workout in, shower, whatever day, be out of the door by 6:15 to be at work for 6. So that's how my mornings looked. And basically what I would do is in those 40 minutes, I would create my post that I was going to be sharing later on that night, or I would be inviting. And then after, later in the evening, when I worked the second half of my business, is when I would respond to the messages and do the other vital behaviors. All right. Let's see. All right. So my second year in the business is really when I had this shift of I've always made high Success Club numbers. So I've never made ever less than Success Club 20. And it's just because I truly believe in, and I know a lot of people don't, but I believe in getting out there and inviting like crazy. So that's something that's important to me, but something I did not share my first year in my business. And it is not that I have regrets. Because I have that tattooed on my body, literally, no regrets. But if I could take something back and do it differently in my business, it would be not to shy away from inviting to the coaching opportunity. I played a lot of comparison, which I know a lot of coaches do their first year in their business. Like, oh, I don't have like the skills. Oh, I don't have like the knowledge that she does. Like, how can I like mentor this person when I'm not even, where I want to be? And I just want to tell you guys, learn as you go. Like, learn as you go. So I actually do not have a upline. I am self-taught. So all through the Beachbody Champions page, YouTube, whatever have you. So if I can do it, anyone can. And I wish that I did not have those limiting beliefs. And tonight I'm hoping to show you guys how to share on your social media by being yourself, how to inspire the other yous of this world that this business could bring them whatever it is they desire to. So not everyone, like me, when I started this, I did not want to do this full time. That wasn't even a thought. I really didn't. I just wanted extra. I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I just wanted to cover my supplements and maybe have some extra money to like get my roots done. So that is what was important to me. It wasn't like, oh, I'm building this 6-figure business. Things change, obviously, and we evolve as individuals when we come into this business. But presenting where you are now in your business is so important. And you will talk to the other yous out there. So if you don't have like a morning routine established for yourself, I am a true believer, because before Beachbody, I thought it was a bunch of hocus pocus. I'm not even going to lie. But once I started to apply it, my second year in my business. So I do morning meditation. I do gratitude journaling. I do not, and I know a lot of people struggle with this, but I do not respond to any DMs or even open any of my social media platform apps until I am taken care of. So until my meditation, my gratitude, my personal development, my workout, my shower, and I'm ready for the day and I've had my breakfast, I don't open anything, because until I feel good about where I am for the day, I can't pour into others at the best of my ability. All right. So when you try to speak to everyone, you were literally speaking to no one. And that is what I did. My first year in my business is I made very vague posts, trying to talk to everyone. And yes, did I like make Success Club 20 every month? Sure, whatever. But at the end of the day, I wasn't attracting like my tribe. I wasn't finding those people that, you guys, 4 of my bridesmaids out of the 6 in my wedding in October were Beachbody coaches. 2 of them I would have never, ever met if it wasn't for this opportunity, because they live in Mississippi. How would I have ever known them? So make sure that you are speaking to the other yous of the world, and you will attract honestly, your lifetime best friends. All right, so this is a little bit active. So if you don't bring on your calls like pen and paper, I'm going to ask you to take out your phone and open up a new note section. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, just for, time reasons, because this is something that I really want you guys to take on your own and really take your time. Don't rush with it, because this is, yeah, I met this person. this is the future of your business. So what I want you guys to do is make a brain dump list about the old you before Beachbody. And if you are a coach who just joined this month and you're like, oh, well, about 3 days, so I don't really know what I was, write about your current now, like write about why. So for me, I'm just going to give you guys some examples to kind of get your mind flowing of where you can take this for yourself. For me, before Beachbody, I was unhappy at my job. I had a degree in, and I was continuing my education in. I was working 50 plus hours with overtime plus my part-time jobs, nights and weekends, while going to nursing school. And I was still living paycheck to paycheck. And I was living in legit like the ghetto. And it's not like something that I'm proud of, but it was my current circumstances. And I just remember being in my car one day on my lunch and doing my Beachbody business. And I was like, there has to be more to life than this. Like I literally at the time, I'm 31 now. At the time I was 25 and I was like, I just can't imagine continuing to live like this. I'm just getting started and I was already burned out and unhappy. Like you can't tell me I have to do this for another 20 plus years. Like I can't do it. And then I needed friendships. So a big part of why I came into Beachbody, well, I guess I didn't really know it, and I felt it, if you would, in my first challenge group. I was 25, and the girls that I was friends with, I absolutely like love them, like because we've been friends forever. But I was a different person at 25 than I was at 16, 17, 18, and they were still like doing the high school thing, talking about other, like literally, like we would hang out, and the whole time was spent talking about others, and it's just I was old. I'm like, I thought this was like a high school thing. Like I'm not that person anymore. And they were still into like the whole partying
you just had a
scene.
toaster
I
strudel
was
and you
fading
had juice. You're
out.
not having ice cream. You can
Someone
have
doesn't
dinner.
get ice cream tonight. Hold on, I'm trying to mute all. One second. I'm not good at this. Sorry, guys. Okay, I did it. So for me, sorry, I'll just continue on with that while you guys are brainstorming, like what was your vision of what were you like before Beachbody? And for me, I was just, my friends were still out partying and stuff. And I was like, I'm 25 and like, I'm ready to have adult connections, like with women who don't talk about others, who genuinely want to see me doing well in my career, whatever it is, who, if I'm losing weight on my weight loss journey, aren't like throwing like comments at me like, oh, must be nice, or like, oh, with those home workouts, like genuinely supportive of me. And I found that with Beachbody. Okay. And then I want you guys also to make a brain dump list. And again, this is something that you're going to want to do like on your own. Like when I've done this and when I do this, I honestly probably do this about every 3 months, so quarterly, because hopefully you're constantly evolving and changing. But really take the time. It takes me a good 30 minutes when I'm doing this. So make a brain dump list about the you now with Beachbody. So some of this might be a little out to date, you guys, just because I made this presentation for Jamie Glassman's team and it was before I got married. So some things might be a little out to date, but I'll give you some ideas to help you get to think what has changed in your life. And it doesn't have to just be financially, it could be personally too. So I dropped out of nursing school 6 months into Beachbody, just realized at the hospital, I saw the nurses getting burnt out, and I saw the way that, they were treating their bodies because they didn't, have the energy to take care of themselves and all of those things. And I was like, I don't want that anymore. So I decided not to continue my education. And then 1 year, so exactly on my 1 year anniversary of me signing up to become a coach, I gave my 2-week notice to the hospital and I went all in with this business. And we lived in New Hampshire at the time, and a big vision of mine was to move to California, and we live here now at my favorite beach. And so that was something that was huge for me. And I shared that vision, you guys, for the first 3 years in my coaching business, shared that vision. So now people saw that I've been able to make it reality through this opportunity. I'm a stay-at-home dog mom right now, but I know that when our time comes to have children, I will be here and I will be a stay-at-home mom. And that wasn't something I always knew I wanted, but the more I saw my friends through this business having joy with that, and the more I think back to my childhood, how, my mom worked full-time plus a part-time job, my dad worked nights. I was always like with my grandparents and stuff, I don't want that for my children. So I talk about on my social media how like I'm so thankful that I am going to be home to raise my babies and not miss those first moments that my mom did. Dream black tie wedding debt free. So that absolutely did happen in October. We were able to have our wedding, no loans, no credit cards, nothing. Thank you to this opportunity. And then found my best friends and now bridesmaids through Beachbody. So that's like a little bit about that. So let's dive into some content here. And I forgot to say this at the beginning, but if you guys have questions, please pop them into the chat and we'll take time at the end and I'll go over any questions you have or if anything wasn't clear. So now we're going to use these things to create content that speak to your people. And this is what will set you apart from everyone who is just speaking to everyone, which means they're speaking to no one. So one of these, I will have to update because I'll get to it. Okay, so share how income is helping you. So you can see on this post here, it might be a little bit dated, but last week I received a nice little bonus from my coaching to pay for our new headboard, because it might sound funny and like, who cares about that, right? Who cares about that? But there are other girls out there like me who were walking into their bedroom and it's just a mattress and you're like, am I adulting? Like this is like college dorm shit. Like what am I doing? I'm 31 years old. So there are other people out there, and the littlest things that you would think no one would care about, that others would be like, dang, I kind of want to redo my room. And if I could bring an extra income from that to do this, why not? Just things like that. Sharing your vision. So I kind of just touched upon it in the last slide, but this is just me talking about mom who puts everything before everyone, leaving me drained. This opportunity will be able to be present for my family. I'll be there when they wake up, spend the day, seeing the first moments. So just sharing. My husband and I are not trying. We're not even anywhere near ready to have children, but I am casting that vision of what will be possible. And I am also speaking to the people who are in that stage of what could be possible. Hold on one second. I got to move this thing because I can't even see it in the way. There we go. So share how you are making an impact on others as their coach and coaches on your team. So this post in the top left, I remember like it was yesterday. It was when COVID was first starting to happen and first started getting very bad. And a lot of the healthcare workers were getting a lot of attention, as they should and deserve, for all the hard work that they put in every single day and still are a year later. But I was saying, okay, maybe I dropped out of nursing school and maybe I left my full-time job as a CMA where I would have been a frontline worker, but I am still helping people. My Beachbody business, I hand to God say it's thankfully because of COVID, exploded last year, and so did the girls on my team, because we were frontline workers in a different way. We were helping people when the gyms were closed, when they were fighting depression and all of those things, find community, find a way to move their body from home, find a new way to eat instead of being, basically investing in DoorDash for all those people like who were spending all their money on takeout. So there are different ways to share how we are frontline workers. And maybe don't word it like that because some people might get very touchy, but I have no problem. I can take it. And then what being a leader means. So last year I picked growth as my word of the year. So I kind of just explained it a little. This year I chose intentional, and I did explain it. I want to be intentional in the relationships that I have. I want to be intentional with my time in my business and all of these things. So just casting vision, you guys, sharing, don't keep it all bottled in, because that isn't helping anyone and you're not attracting the other yous of the world who can resonate with what you have to say. So this one on the top left is the one that I want to say, try not to pay attention to it, because Beachbody, this is like old, and Beachbody now, so you can see it's 2019. this is a big no-no now in Beachbody, like openly sharing income. And there's so many other ways that you guys can share income, like without saying the actual numbers. So for me, like I wish I'd never said how much my wedding cost in total in my post, but I know that people can see from the photos and the video, it was not a cheap wedding. So I just said, and not in recent posts, obviously, but like through my post as we were like planning the photographer. Oh my God, what a relief. We got the best photographer in all of New England, and it was able to be paid for through my coaching income. Like examples like that. I designed my dream wedding dress with Animalia. How exciting is it that I was able to create my own wedding dress and pay for it through the Beachbody like through my coaching opportunity. So there's so many ways you can present income without physically saying a number. So this is a cool post. This is something that I used to do, and I really need to get, like when we first moved here, I did it every single week. So I really need to get back into it. So this call is like a little reminder for me. I would drive through my dream neighborhood. So yes, we live at the beach that I love, but we're in a 1-bedroom apartment, and obviously this is not where we're going to like start our family and everything, but I do envision, and I talk about it so often, that I drive down the street that I would love for us to find a house on and raise a family. And I talk about that on my social media. So I'm casting the vision, letting them know I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not done. And it's like, are you coming with me? Are you going to go for your dream house too? So IG stories that will set you apart. So I think this is very, very important for coaches to do, especially newer coaches. I mean, all levels, but showing people you working. Like, use the not self timer, hands free on Instagram, and literally record yourself working and put a write up to it. I do this all the time, and these are just a couple of examples. But I just said, I woke up an hour earlier than the boys, my husband, and my dog. I could get my new coaches set up in their training and my new clients set up to begin their lifestyle change tomorrow, my spring into fitness boot camp. Making small sacrifices, not sleeping in, has not only helped me achieve my fitness goals, but it has helped me create this life of freedom I desire 4 years ago. And now is what did I say? And now my day is free for family time by 9 a.m. So this is something that pretty much everyone on my team does. We have I don't host it anymore because I live in Pacific Standard Time now, but they have a 7 a.m. Zoom call every Saturday morning that I started back when I lived in New Hampshire. We all get on, we do our power hour at 7 a.m. Boom, work is busted out. Go enjoy the Saturday with your family and friends, or whatever it is you choose to spend your Saturday doing. Just showing the people, I think not enough coaches show the behind the scenes of like, this is not just selfies and Zoom calls and all the things. Like, being an entrepreneur and building a business from the ground up is a lot of alone time, I mean, yes, you're talking to people, of course, but it is a lot of alone time. It is a lot of sacrifice. Do you think I want to be sleeping in with my husband? Yeah, duh. But do you think I would rather spend the whole day with him and not have to worry about my business because I did the vital behaviors, I did the BAT, I got done what I needed to for my boot camp and so forth? Yes. So just sharing that, because for me, I do not want to attract a single person on my team who thinks that they are going to come into this business and it's just going to be handed to them on a silver platter. They're not going to have to work for it. Like, I want people to know, if you're joining my team, you're going to have to make sacrifices with your times, and you're going to have to, work hard to get to wherever it is you want to be. Team calls. So I love team calls. The only thing is, I realize a lot of people are not promoting team calls I hate to say the right way, but a better way. So a lot of people will do like a picture of the team call, like, love our girls' night in. You guys, someone who doesn't do Beachbody and is just watching from afar on social media, that doesn't mean shit to them. Like, what does that mean? Like, okay, what happens on these calls? You guys talking about The Bachelor? Like, they have no idea. So always write a blurb. Like, today I do like a thing. It's called like Today I Get To, and I share like kind of my tasks for the day, if you would. And tonight I said, like, I get to speak to another elite team of leaders and speak to them on social media. Like, I'm telling them the topic I'm talking about, like, I'm being open about it. So they know that if they join my team, they're going to get exclusive trainings on social media or recruitment or advancing or how to grow your paychecks, things like that. So these are just a couple examples. I know you guys are all big girls. You probably already read it by now. And then Thursdays. So Thursdays, if you follow my Instagram stories, it's a legit party on my team because it's payday, it's rank advancement day. We need to be showing gratitude for everything that this business is bringing into our lives. So I do things like these are very old and outdated. You probably might even see, yeah, May. But these are just photos that I grabbed because they're eye catching. So this is from my stories. I just screenshotted it. But I say here, like, I show the leaderboards and I'm not afraid to, like, I don't come out like the volume is a perfect example. So I don't come out and say, like, this is like, money. Because a lot of people, what I've learned from friends, not people who do the business, but friends, like my girlfriend was like, "Oh, so you signed up 20 people already?" They don't understand the point system, nor am I going to explain that here because that's not really like what this is for. This is just say like, "Wow, 6 days or whatever that number is, I can't see because my cursor's in the way, but into May, look at the amount of lives are being changed with our programs and our virtual." Like so they can see that. And then here I'll show like 168 women have decided to build a business from home with our team. And then here it's like, so you're just kind of like giving them an idea, but they can see the growth on your team. So every single week, the leaderboards, take those and use them on your social media to show people, hey, I'm a part of a team that's moving forward and doing things. We clearly have the trainings. Why are you not joining us? I do other things too. Like, of course, if you have rank advances, I think it's very important if you have a rank advance on your team to not just say, wow, Megan hit 2-star diamond. You guys, that means absolutely nothing. No one who doesn't do Beachbody knows what that means. They have no clue. So I try and make it personal, excuse me. So like Megan, she was actually one of my bridesmaids. So it's very easy for me to talk about her. But long story short, she works full time. She's got a wild 2-year-old. Right now, she's actually 7 months pregnant. And she's working full time. She went elite in her first 9 months last year, you guys. So I just showcase like if she can do it, why not you? Shouting out the Emerald coaches. So if you have a lot of Emerald rank advances, you don't have to write detailed write-ups like that unless they're your personally sponsored, but definitely, highlight them. And then I always highlight success starters all month. So not just when they achieve it. Like I know for me, I'm very recognition driven. I'm words of affirmation is my love language. So someone just telling me good job, my whole day is made. So I try and give that to my girls too, to encourage them to continue on. And then I also do something in my team page on Thursdays where I have our team show gratitude around their paycheck. So they don't have to tell us how much. We don't share that. If someone did, that's absolutely fabulous. Good for them. But I really want them to attach their paycheck to what their efforts of that week, whatever it be, lives change, helping someone go emerald, whatever it is, has done for them. So we share on our team. Obviously, you can see like paid off a credit card. A lot of girls on my team are, saving for baby funds and things like that. So I share that because what I'm using my coaching for is going to be different than Susan, Sally, and Sarah. So I want them to see we're all different types of women. We're all using this income for different types of things. Although it seems like my whole team uses it for credit cards. And I think I definitely attract a lot of people who want to pay off debt because that's what I openly share on my Instagram is me paying off debt. And then last but not least, I do run like a coach business trial. I actually stopped doing this for a couple months at the end of 2020 because it wasn't working anymore. And when things don't work, you got to find something new. So I started doing like coaching, like info calls, like success stories and things like that. And that worked for 2 months, but then that stopped working. So I went back to the coach business trial this month and it's working again. So you just have to find what works for you when you're presenting the opportunity. And what I do in that group is actually, I had one girl, I posted hers today. So when we have girls in the trial, one of the assignments is for them to do a social media post, because guess what? That's a huge part of our job. So if they're not comfortable posting on social media, they need to like get over that, or this is not going to work for them. So I just share like screenshots of their post to kind of show them recognition and make them feel good and all of the things. And then you can always just screen record. So I actually did this today too. So I did a screen record of our January coach internship or whatever, like business launch, whatever the page is. It's for all the brand new coaches. We're just celebrating them, giving them tools and all of those things. So just screen record, and you'd pop a poll on there, and you'd be surprised when people see the behind the scenes, you guys, whether it be, you can do this for your boot camps too, but when people see the behind the scenes, like look at these beautiful girls, smiling faces, like everyone's celebrating, like obviously this is a picture, but that was a screen record, that produces FOMO, and people are going to want more information. They're going to look at these girls and say, why not me? So this will also help you. This is more towards like boot camp, but I think it all comes together because most of my coaches, like 95% of my team, came in through a boot camp and then transitioned into coaching. So getting people into boot camps is just as important as getting people to want the coaching opportunity on your team. So just sharing, client wins. Obviously ask permission. Like if you're sharing photos, ask permission. So how I find people to make connections with, and I think this is my last slide, so I can just put it back on, stop the screen share. Okay, so how I make connections. I really just make connections, and you're going to be like, oh, I've heard that before. But it's true, you guys. It's just very authentically. I find people through other pages. So like when I was in the season of Bride to Be, there's so many fun like bachelorette pages on Instagram for like clothing or like all matching stuff or like ideas of things to do. So I would go down those pages because most of those girls are in the same age as me and they're in the same season of life. And I just make genuine connections like that. I find girls who remind me of me. Obviously, I don't add people who are private on Instagram because that doesn't look good. But if they're public and I can see that we have similarities, I will follow them and I will start engaging with them. You can do the same through hashtags. You can do the same thing through locations. So like I live here in San Diego. So I often follow the two beaches, my beach and then the beach next to me, because the girls are like in their 20s and stuff. It's like a college scene, but still like mid 20s too. And you can find people through that, and we're local. We can engage. We can talk about like, there's this one girl who I have made like great friends with. She hasn't joined or anything, but like I genuinely like her. And she is a Frenchie too. So like you can find things through that, like other women who are getting married. I'm talking for myself, obviously, but other women who are getting married or other women who are newlywed stage, and just genuinely make connections with them. Like creep on their page and be authentic and not like, I'm only creeping on them to join them. Like be genuine. Like for me, I really like clothes and shopping. And so I'm always blowing people up, and it counts as my engagement for like my BAT too. But like, I'm always like, where did you get that shirt? Oh, I really like those leggings. Where are those from? And it's genuine. I genuinely want to know. And then we become friends, and then we side message like, hey, can you send me the link? And then next thing I know, they're asking me for some of my stuff too. So it's just about being genuine. There's no magic unicorn of how to make engagement. Just find people that at the end of the day, find people like, I know you guys were supposed to have, oh, no, you still are. You're going to Napa. Like I want the people, like the girls who come on retreats with my team and stuff. Like I want to know that like we can have a normal conversation outside of Beachbody, be normal women, have a cocktail, throw on some music and just dance party, whatever have you, because that is what our retreats look like. So we do talk business here and there, but usually we're just having girl talk. And that's what I want. I want to find friends who I can help build this business. So that's what I have for you guys. I will pull up the chat in case there were questions.
I think it was a whole bunch of me saying, yep, yes, yes, amen. That was incredible. That was so good. If you guys didn't take a ton of notes, I would expect that you are planning on watching this tomorrow when you can, because she just gave you so much good information to build content. and share. And I'm sure even myself, I've been at this for 7 years, 5-time elite. I was taking notes like, I haven't done that in a while, right? Because sometimes you think, well, nobody wants to know that, or that's too showy. But she's so right. When she was talking about the headboard thing, I was literally like, why am I not sharing stuff more? Like, I'm like you, all the things. I love shopping. I love all the stuff. And I've often thought, like, should I be unboxing and showing? Because I think my followers would love that. And I would probably be able to connect with more moms like myself who are, in their 30s that are quarantined at home with their kids that are distance learning by just sharing the little gadgets and shoes and the things that bring me joy. So, guys, if you felt that nudge, I would encourage you to do that. And I also really want to see you get bold in talking about your income, whether it is just paying, your groceries that week, or you didn't have to ask your husband for permission to run to Target. Like, figure out what that is, because there's somebody out there that wants to know that. When I was watching for 13 months before I joined my coach, those were the things I was seeing. I was like, I want to take a vacation. I want to be able to wear those cute sports bras and feel comfortable. I want to be home with my kids. And it didn't happen overnight, right? I love how you said that this business, even though you're building it with people, it can get very lonely. But the cool thing is when you're able to see other people start really getting it and then they have success. And then we're able to do trips like Napa this weekend, right? Or have team retreats. So I'm so grateful that you invested your time and shared all of this. Obviously, you've been doing something right and making those connections and organically sharing. Super funny. I want to share with you, before I asked you, I went and creeped your page. And one of the things that stood out to me, and I was like, I need to do this, was your Dave Ramsey, the debt, because that's part of my thing this year. And I just appreciate you. I appreciate how authentic it is. And it also, you're a girl's girl, right? And so people are attracted to that. So, guys, please just take what she shared tonight, and as you're sharing your screenshots or your boomerangs or whatever, maybe share something you got from this call. I think it's so important. That's why I say every day on our power hour is talk about what you're doing, so people know that when they join you, they're going to work, right? Because if they feel like they're joining grown-up Girl Scouts and it's just going to sit around and we're going to figure out how to do crafts and take pretty selfies and sweat together, that's all cool and fine, because we will do those things. That's what our team retreats are for. But how do we get there? We have to do the everyday mundane work, and you have to go out and find the other yous of the world. So thank you so much for spending time with us. I know that you made an adjustment for our team and doing it at this time. So thank your husband too. And congrats on all your team success.
Thank you. I want to say one thing before we hang up. I want to actually challenge the team, and if the girls watch the recording too, and you as the leader, I want to challenge each one of you to really take that time and do those 2 brain dump lists, like really do it, and send it to Melissa. And Melissa, I want you to do it yourself too, and post it in the team page, and then maybe they can do it as a thread. Because as the leader, I want you to hold them accountable to the things that they're going to start sharing, and look at their social media, because I do this often with I audit myself probably every month. I'll look at my stuff, and it's the first 6. So when you open up your Instagram, you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Whatever my brand is. So you guys, I'm a wife, dog mom, blah, 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 Dave Ramsey, fitness, all the things, right? If I look at my first 6 and I don't see that in my first 6, I'm not speaking to my people. So I want you to guys start auditing yourself, and really do that brain dump. Take your time, dig deep, share the vulnerable things that might be hard, but they will get easier. The first time I shared my debt, money is taboo to some people, and it's very vulnerable. And I'm sharing, so I'm doing when's my next update? Thursday. So I do it once a month because that's normal. Like, I'm not paying debt off every week. I'm paying it off, during the month. Then I'm giving the people the update, and it's vulnerable. But I actually, from sharing that, like she said, I actually have attracted 3 working coaches from finding me on Dave Ramsey hashtags to build the business to pay off their debt. So, and that wasn't my intention. I actually am doing it for my own accountability. That wasn't my intention. I'm just doing it for my own accountability to really, I'm the type of person, if I say I'm going to do something by a certain date and then I put it out there and other people are watching, ooh, I love the pressure. So that's just something I'm doing for myself. So I'm challenging you guys to really do that brain dump. Share it with Melissa or whoever your upline is. Share it in the team page. Maybe start like a thread and really start to watch your social media and look at your first 6. Like go right now and look at your first 6 after this call and just say to yourself, okay, I am not doing that. And my next 6 will be that. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. And I appreciate you for having me tonight. And I appreciate you for being flexible with the time.
Yeah.
So that way I can
And
follow
I
my
love
business
that.
hours as best as I can.
I love that challenge. And so now everyone's going to have to go listen to it because they're not going to understand what the challenge is when we post it. And then the rest of us that were on the call tonight go and commit. And so vulnerable, I'm sober, have been for 4 years now, and taking my girls to Napa. And actually, one is pregnant. One is sober. She got sober after me. And then the other one is on a 21-day fast. So literally it's like everyone's going. So that's going to be a big talking point. But I love that challenge of doing that brain dump because I don't think that we do that enough. So we are in, and I can't wait to see how this helps us level up.
Awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys, have a great night. I'll get the recording up.